I think the biggest thing was that I was terrified of dying, and um, have spent so many years living in fear that it was almost like a comfort to me. It was like my friend, and it was my go-to. I would, if I was afraid of something, and it was always usually involving my health, because of the misdiagnosis.
And the misdiagnosis was
Of ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, which is 100% fatal. And I saw a doctor for a year and a half who specializes in ALS, and basically was told exactly how I would die, and they explained how they could help support me with the breathing, and the wheelchair, and eventually the bed. And I was terrified. I've been living in that fear for so long, and even at some point, 18 months into that experience, when my ALS doctor discharged me, not truly knowing what is going on with me neurologically, but my being his third misdiagnosed patient in 14 years of doing ALS, it was almost unheard of that I would be discharged from him, because all of his patients pass away eventually. And I
so you believed for an entire year,
a year and a half,
that you had ALS,
that I was dying, and we planned for it. They explained to me how to prepare for it, and my children all were aware of it, and we were planning for my death.
So then, what did you try before you decided to try hypnosis?
Well, I mean, I'd work out, I would read, self-help books. I would try to stay busy, but it always kind of circled back that I would jump back on that hamster wheel of fear, and just be terrified all the time about what's happening to me, what's going to happen to me. I'm afraid, I don't want to die. And it really ruled my thoughts. It was huge.
So what do you think the shift was in the work that we did together? This is like our 6th session. So what do you think the shift was that you moved from the fear to choosing where you are now, and to feeling better?
Yeah. So I would say probably the biggest thing is knowing that I now have a choice to not live in fear, and that I'm choosing life, that we are all actively dying, and that is scary, but in the time that we have, I would rather choose life and enjoy myself and spend time with my family and friends, and be active and live life and live in the moment, and not worry about all these other things that I have no control over. And so a lot of it had to do with just the hypnosis, and kind of bringing in the meditation and self-hypnosis, and knowing that I have some power and control over that. And when I feel that anxiety, being able to kind of calm myself down again, and realize that it's within my power to change those thoughts, and to really just enjoy being here.
Yeah, so it sounds like you went from a place of fear, to really that place of joy and enjoying life.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you did the work too. I mean, I teach how to do it, and we do some shifting, and we do some reframing of things, but you've done the work.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing is I really felt like it was just hopeless, and I would just keep getting sunk back into that. But when I think about all the time that I wasted talking about my fears and of dying and everything and what's happening to me, it really is wasted, because then I'm not living if I'm doing that. So, I really try to just enjoy really every moment, even if, it's a stressful moment, or a difficult moment. I still try to move through it in a different way, and not be so negative, and just try to really put it in perspective, that I have control over all of that.
Yeah. And you look differently. You look lighter when you
Yeah.
walk in.
Yeah.
Than when we started a few months ago.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I so badly wanted this to work because you were my last hope. You know, I was really at my wit's end. I was like, something's got to work because I can't continue to live like this. So I feel like I really wanted it to work. So I was willing to put the work into it
Mm-hmm.
and the effort because I knew that, you know, something had to give.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that, Debbie. And I know
You're welcome.
that's going to help a lot of people also to see the power of hypnosis and the power of your mind.
Yes.
And how when you shift the way you look at something, your whole world changes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.